So recently, actually yesterday, Louis Lovehawk, otherwise known as Linkara, host of Atop the Fourth Wall, released his recent review on the animated adaptation of The Killing Joke, which is, basically an animated movie version of the best-selling graphic novel, and was touted and promoted as the first R-rated DC animated film, during, the run, or current run, I should say, of the animated features up to this day. And basically set the tone for future animated projects up to currently to potentially get an R rating based on their presentation, story, and subject matter. However, with Linkara, he had to upload not once, not twice, but currently right now sitting at a third time of uploading this review to his YouTube channel for people to watch. And the reason for that is because the previous two times it got claimed. So what he did the second time, or third time around I should say, is he unlisted it, waited a while, gave it time, and when he noticed nothing was amiss or strange, he decided to make the entire review public. But this here is just an example of the fact that even if you review something like this and you use footage, even if it's 15, 10 seconds, 20 seconds of footage, it doesn't matter, whether or not it's in fair use or it's for review purposes only, it's going to get claimed. End of discussion. It's going to get claimed. And the reason it gets claimed is not just because of an automatic claim issued out to it or a manual one. It's mainly because of what I've said before. And that is, whether we want to admit it or not, we as content creators do not have the right to make money off of it if we didn't make it. The people that have the right, as much as it hates and pains me to say it, the people that have the right, the first claim to make money off it, are those that originally made it. In this case, when it comes to something like, let's say, The Killing Joke adaptation, Warner Brothers has the first claim to it, whether we like it or not. Whether or not the clips we use in it are 20 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. If they feel like it's enough to be claimed, they will claim it, and they have the right to do it. And, for a lot of us, that's not a good thing. Because a lot of us, like let's say Linkara, and even myself, we make money off our channels. And sometimes, like Linkara, we make money off our channel because that's how we make our daily living. And to have something that, is a review that goes for over an hour, that we put a lot of work and effort into, to have it get claimed, it's not a good thing. It's basically a downer. Because it basically makes us realize that no matter how big of a persona we are, no matter how many times we've gone and been invited as, guests and presenters and been been invited to be part of panels at various conventions around the globe, if not the country, that it doesn't matter how big we are, we are not what's the word I'm looking for? We are not suspectable, if you will, or we're not basically an exception. We'll put it that way. We're not the exception, when it comes to copyright claim. So, whether Linkara and, Louis Lovehawk likes to acknowledge it or not, and I'm sure he doesn't, he has to admit that, despite his best efforts, if they feel like, hey, we're going to claim it a third time because of something they might find, and they feel they have the right to do it, you can't, then, there's nothing he can do because they are in their right. They are the ones that created the movie. They are in their rights. Now, if they decide, hey, we're going to claim it, but we're going to share revenue with you, that's an entirely different story. But most of the times when it comes to big studios like Warner Brothers or Disney, if they feel like, hey, we are the ones that created this content originally, we have the first rights to make money off it, but we'll still allow you to have your video be made public or seen publicly, then they're going to do it. They're going to do it because they have that right. And unfortunately, it's something that, not a lot of folks, if not many folks here on YouTube agree with. But one thing I said about in one of the recent audio videos I did talking about this is I believe, and you could see it very literally, if you will, very, not literally, but very little, very inch by inch, very slowly at times. And this is not kissing up to them or anything, but you could see very literally that day by day, moment by moment, YouTube and Google are doing their best. They may not show it right away, but they are doing their best to fix this situation so that these kind of, claims don't become a problem. And they don't cause any, financial, missed revenue for those that feel they're in the right when it comes to uploading these kind of, content, this kind of a content for others to see, I should say. So I truly believe that they are doing something to fix this, to remedy this, even though we don't see it day by day, moment by moment and all that in a big way. They are doing their best to remedy it, I should say. Easy for me to say. But this is also why, as I said in that audio video not that long ago that I did, it was about a week ago or several days ago. This is why I say that when you look at other video platforming uploading sites, platforms, if you will, that there's always going to be various options. And one of those options that's very popular with YouTubers, content creators here, as an alternative, is Vimeo. Vimeo, yes, they do have plans, depending on how big of files you want to upload, on a monthly basis. They do have monthly plans. But Vimeo is one of the more popular options out there because basically a lot of YouTubers that are various content creators here, very established content creators, they will go over to Vimeo and they will upload their content there. And as a way to direct people in that direction, I should say, they will upload a little trailer here on their YouTube channel, or they will upload a video that says right off the bat, click on the links below to go to said video. They will do that, and by doing so, it basically directs folks that want to see that new content of theirs to Vimeo, and once they're at Vimeo, they could watch it without an issue, without any copyright issues. I mean, look at people like, Rowdy C of TV Trash. Look at Animat to an extent. Look at Bob Show of, Bob Show. Take a look at that long-haired creepy guy, TLHCG. Look at all these, established personas. Maybe not as big as a James Rolfe or a Doug Walker and such, or even an Angry Joe, or in this case, Linkara. But look at them. They all go to Vimeo, and basically they upload the content there if the content they feel and believe is going to get copyrighted by YouTube. And the way they get people to view that content there is by directing them through a little trailer or through a video that says click on links below. And most of the times it works. I mean, I had to do that recently, over a year ago, when my Speed Me Up fan vid, which I did using the Speed Me Up song from the Sonic movie, as part of a Sonic Saturday fan vid, got blocked. It got blocked worldwide. So what I had to do was basically, what I had to do, I should say, is, I was just thinking about what I was going to say there, so I sorry if it seemed like I spaced out there. But what I did is I did exactly what the others did. I basically typed up something and I said, go to the links below to my Vimeo channel and you'll find it there. And I've done that before. I've done that with the Duke of Earl fan vid I did for Sonic and Sally. I've done it various times. Unchained Melody, I've done it. And it's worked. People have gone over there and they have watched my videos, without an issue. Now, here's the thing. Did they have to do that? Should YouTube have allowed me to have the videos right off the bat, even if I couldn't make money off them? Absolutely. Absolutely. But here's the thing. It once again goes back to what I just said. As much as I hate to admit it, the people on YouTube, or the people through YouTube that have the current ownership and distributing rights to, let's say, Speed Me Up, Duke of Earl, Unchained Melody and all that, they, unfortunately, much to my chagrin, have the right to claim it. And they have the right not just to claim it, but to make sure either the video is partially visible or blocked, period. And that's it. That's it. And there's nothing I could really do about it. And rather than fight it, I go and utilize another video platform site to work around that. And that's my advice, honestly, to someone like a Linkara or an Angry Joe or even a James Rolfe or a Doug Walker. My suggestion to each of you is to create a Vimeo account. So that way, if, let's say, Doug Walker, in one of his Nostalgia Critic reviews, decides to review something that he feels, hey, I've had no issues whatsoever right now with my reviews, nothing can go wrong, and all of a sudden his latest review gets claimed to the point that, yeah, people could still see it, but he can't make money. If I'm Doug Walker, instead of going through all the freaking editing process, I just say, hey, I come on camera and say, hey, unfortunately the video is no longer here, but if you click down below you will see I have a new Vimeo channel. Go over there and you'll see it without a problem. And that's the truth. That is the truth. The same with Cinemassacre and James Rolfe. If James Rolfe gets claimed for one of his AVGN episodes, he could easily say, hey, go over to my Vimeo channel and you can watch it without an issue. Same with Angry Joe and thus Linkara. I think that is probably the best solution. I mean, look at the fact that in the past they used blimp.tv to have the content on there, while later on putting it on YouTube because they weren't sure of exactly what would happen. And even if they did put it on YouTube and it was kind of like different than what you would see on Blimp, at least the original version was on Blimp. And that's the point I'm getting at. If they go to Vimeo, if they utilize Vimeo, my advice, they create a Vimeo channel there, then they shouldn't have an issue. That way, if Linkara Linkara is still determined to have, let's say, his Killing Joke review, on his YouTube channel, but it's got to be edited down because of copyright reasons or content reasons or whatever, then all he has to do is direct people to his Vimeo channel and say, you want to see the original version? Go here and you'll be able to see it. And that's it. But again, this is a situation to whether we want to admit it or not, that the people that claim us, especially the big studios like Warner Brothers or Disney or whatever, MGM or whoever, they have the right. They have the first right to do so because they're the original distributors and creators of said content. Even if the clips or whatever we use is only a few seconds, they have the right. And there's nothing we can really do about it. And in my opinion, instead of trying to fight it, just create a Vimeo channel. And if you can afford to do so, get a plan on there that you can afford to utilize so that you can upload as much content as you want without an issue, and then link the folks down, and then link your subscribers to said video over there so they can watch it without, any problem. Again, people like Rowdy C of TV Trash, people like, that long-haired creepy guy, people like Bob Show, people like Huey Toonmore, people like Animat, to an extent, they do this because they know there's a good chance YouTube may claim their videos, so they want to make sure they have it on a different outlet, just in case. So in my opinion, basically, and advice, I should say, if I'm Linkara, if I'm the likes of Linkara, Angry Joe, James Rolfe, Angry Video Game Nerd, Nostalgia Critic, Doug Walker, if I'm you guys, I would strongly, very highly strongly consider, creating a Vimeo account, and if you can afford to get a certain plan out of it that will allow you to upload as much content as you can, I would suggest doing so that way you have a backup channel or backup platform and outlet, for people to watch your content on, just in case, this kind of thing happens again. But what do you guys think? What do you think about the situation with Linkara having to go 3 times with this when it comes to his Killing Joke review? Comment down below, live chat during the premiere, like the video. Also, super chats and super stickers are encouraged during the live chat of the premiere. Also, check me out at BW Rosas discusses all your favorite audio podcast locations except for Pandora. Also, check me out at Vimeo, because I do have one, like I mentioned, at BW Rosas. Also, check me out at patreon.com/BW Rosas. Support me with $1, $3 tier. And also check me out at Venmo at Brian-Walmer-2. But again, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. And do you think it would be best, out of, out of everything that's been going on, do you think it would be best if the likes of a Linkara, an Angry Joe, a James Rolfe, a Doug Walker, do you think it would be in the best interest to create, Vimeo accounts as, basically alternatives and other outlets for the content to be on, just in case, the whole copyright thing comes around once again to claim any of their content? Let me know down below. Live chat during the premiere. Again, super chats, super stickers are encouraged during that. And I will talk to you all later.